Moving to number 13 is the Economic Development Services Grant. Anne, do you wish to report on this one?
Simply to say that you've had the report from Enterprise Great Lake Taupo. This is one of their contract requirements. They are required to report quarterly. That's been tabled today, along with a copy of the proposed contract. Just a couple of points. First of all, we don't normally you approve the amount of funding for economic development through the annual plan process, so it's kind of unusual that we've brought the contract back to you. But I think that since you've had quite a focus on where you want to go in the future in terms of economic development, it was important that you actually saw what was in the contract. The second thing is that I think that as you've seen from your presentations from EGLT, that they were experiencing some difficulties probably about 12 months ago. They've really made some quite big changes to the way that they actually operate, and that's reflected in both in terms of their performance to date and under their new sort of regime, and also in the contract that we've put forward here. Basically, the suggested resolution is for you to receive the annual report, and that I know that EGLT did actually make a request for additional funding from you. Our suggestion is that, and we've talked to EGLT about this, is that probably the best place to do that is through the long-term plan, when you decide how big you actually want to move in this area. But to give them some comfort is to look at an 18-month contract rather than a 12-month contract, which would take them through to basically June 2012, and that would then be the beginning of your own LTP from then on in. The second point to note there too is that you actually have two pots of money for economic development. One is the grant that you provide to EGLT, and the other is we have $50,000 a year for economic development projects, and that's quite a specific amount of funding, and EGLT is able to actually apply for that. So we're just noting that in the suggested resolution as well.
And just to add to that, were you all handed out this at the start? Okay, I think this would make really, really good, interesting reading. It's the Economic Action Review for 2010, so it goes with that agenda item. I think it's well worthy of a read. Okay, any discussion, Councillor Minster?
And so the 225,000, is that for the ongoing running costs? That's what that's to service it.
So it's 150,000 a year, and because you're looking at 18 months,
So have I got it right that initially it was only 50,000 for a period of 12 months for projects? We're increasing that to 100,000 over that 18-month period?
No, if I could explain that, you set aside $50,000 a year. We haven't tapped into that money yet, so in fact, for this financial year, there's still the full 50,000 available, and then there's 50,000 from next year. So they actually have access
to together. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because of the rollover of this 18 months into...
So we roll in the 50,000 over to next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So no effect to what we're discussing before. Okay. Anything further from anybody? Councillor Minster?
Just a question on that. So the accessing that funds, that they come to us for some special needs. Is that the way?
No, they can just use it.
They do come and talk to me about it. Now, generally, if you're looking at about, say, $10,000 worth, that would be something that we would just do through delegation. If it was something that was kind of which was bigger and more significant than that, then we would be coming back into council for seeking approval for that.
But this is just giving them a budget to use during the year, but acknowledging the direction that they're supposed to be heading and using it for their purpose.
Yeah. So they might come back with something which is $50,000 worth, and then plus also looking for additional funding. That would certainly be bringing back here.
Anything further, Councillor?
I wasn't here at that meeting, sorry. So that means that there's no impact on the annual.
Okay, sorry.
No, I just wanted to speak in support of it, in the context of considering that we're giving $1.8 million to Destination Lake Taupo. It seems the funding, by comparison, seems quite small to me. And over the next 18 months, if we were not to support this, I would think that impetus would be lost subsequent to getting more money later, and such that you'd probably be spending more money to catch up from not spending the money up front now. So that's just my thoughts on it.
That I'm fully supportive of it, especially now that I know who the board is, and more in particular who's spearheading it, one Fritz Volk. So I'm very, very keen on making sure that he has no steam taken out of his exhaust pipe. So moved, Councillor Downard, seconded Councillor Williams. All those in favour?
All right.
Thank you. Okay, let's long-term. How long will this one take? Should we break now? We'll do this one.
This is one I tried to do earlier.
That's why I'm asking. You're so keen to get on with it.
Exactly.
Long-term council community draft amendment. If we can get this through shortly, we'll just do this one. We'll have a quick water eye and a cup of coffee or something and get back into it. So. I think what Anne was saying before, that we ignore the resolution on page 40 in bar 1, and the resolution that Ms Gilbert and Mr McLeod would like us to move is this addendum of the paper that's been handed out now, which is, and you can read it, so I don't need to read it out to you. Any questions on it? Let's take it as read, and any questions on this? It's been workshopped and what have you about the SURPs and what have you. So, Councillor Downard. Sweet. Is that a second? Okay. Moved. Councillor Downard, second, and Councillor Williams. Before I put it to the vote, I'll ask again if anybody wants any clarification or anything on it. It's pretty self-explanatory. We've workshopped the SURPs, which we've talked about individuals and how that. And it's also, this also says, let's be very careful here, is agrees to adopt for consultation, and I emphasise the word consultation, the proposed long-term council plan amendments for one rating area using the annual plan 2011-2012 consultation process. Moved by Councillor Downard and seconded by Councillor Williams. All those in favour?